I keep saying this. Our congressmen, our senators should be reminded that they are our representatives. Kasi the inclusion or the introduction of ultra-rich rate, the 35% is not acceptable. If there's one thing that should be repealed immediately is to remove the 35%, considering that the CREATE law reduced the 30% corporate income tax down to 20% for small businesses and 25% for regular corporations. So, given the 30% reduction for the corporate income tax reduction from 30 to 20, tapos yung personal income tax mo nasa 35%, that's a 15% disparity. So I don't know if it's a problem of arithmetic or they simply are ignoring that there is a great injustice between the personal income tax and corporate income tax. So I supported it, but as usual, as a tax advocate, we always propose or argue on what are favorable for our taxpayers.
And not for the congressman.
And not for the congressman, definitely.
Alright. Aside from that, sir, of course, how would you, of course, promote, paying of taxes when the one that's elected isn't actually paying it?
Well, I think I have answered that in the last, in my recent interviews. We call on the president to resolve the tax issues of the Marcos family. I think he has to gain a moral ascendancy by setting good example to make sure that the 23 billion unpaid estate tax liability will be resolved immediately, even prior to any discussion of new taxes. Because I don't think they have the moral ascendancy to talk about tax collection when they themselves are guilty of settling their tax issues. So that's first. Then second is the farm money. What happened to farm money? We're talking about more than 13 trillion national debt. And the government says it's for build, and COVID response. But there were billions of issues, including the 10 billion farm money scandal. So, ano nangyari, di ba? So, I guess we also ask ourselves, who are the people we voted in Senate? Why they are not signing the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee report, which is known to everyone. I was the one who testified on behalf of the Filipino taxpayers that we should make sure that our taxes are used properly. There's still no BSP regulation or ruling about cryptocurrency. But another unfortunate reality is that our tax code is very broad and encompassing. Income from all sources, including ill-gotten wealth, including undeclared income, including yung mga PDAF ng mga congressmen, but it was never taxed. If there's a new tax that should be passed by the Filipino people, tax na corrupt. Diba? But the cryptocurrency, we cannot avoid it. Why? Because until there's a law that will exempt income from cryptocurrency, all of us should be ready that once there's a mechanism, and I'm saying this, underscoring this with highlight, until there's a mechanism, they can just talk about it, but it will never be collected. The 5% cosmetic tax, included in the train law, was passed hoping that they will collect billions of pesos. Nagparetoke ng ilong, nagpadagdag ng boobs, nagpalagay ng abs. Ang daming nagpagawa. After 3 years, there's no collection. You can keep imposing taxes, but if there's no way, mechanism, there's no budget to really collect it, good luck. Even the wealth tax, I honestly don't think that's also fair. Kasi the 60% of our collections are from large taxpayers, and most of them are really the wealthy ones. But the lifting of bank secrecy law and amnesty will trigger even those in the Forbes magazine. Why? Because if they don't declare their correct net worth, then BIR can open their bank accounts if the bank secrecy law is lifted. The problem is, Congress will never lift it. That's the challenge now. Is Congress for the Filipino people? They should lift it and open their bank account.
Attorney, awatin ko na ba? Awatin ko na po siya. Maraming salamat.